Before you go any further, this could be one of the most important health warnings you ever hear. Pay attention. If you are over 40 years old, something may be happening inside your body right now. Silent something, invisible something, but something that is at this exact second changing the course of your health. Without pain, without warning, but slowly, like an invisible rust, it is damaging your heart, hardening your arteries, compromising the agility of your brain. Most people in the United Kingdom only find this out when the damage is already irreversible, when the scare happens in the middle of the night. I am Dr. Andrew Collins. Throughout my career as a surgeon and cardiovascular specialist, I saw this pattern repeat thousands of times. Men and women who believed they were doing everything right. They walk, they try to eat well, they take care of the family. But internally, your blood vessels are aging twice as fast as they are. And the reason? It's not what you read in the newspaper headlines. It's not just the salt. It's not just the stress of work. It's what I call the new toxic normal. And today, I am going to open the files of my clinic to show you exactly how to unravel this code before it is too late. Let me tell you the story of a patient we will call John. John was 52 years old, lived in Manchester, and worked in an accounting office. He considered himself a healthy person. He didn't smoke, only drank socially, and his routine checkups from 2 years ago were within the average. But John began to notice something. Small signs that he ignored. He woke up tired, even after 8 hours of sleep. He felt a slight pressure at the back of his neck at the end of the day, which he attributed to work stress. And the strangest sign of all, he started to wake up systematically at 3 in the morning with his heart slightly racing. To understand what was happening with John, you need to understand how his arteries work. Imagine a new garden hose. It is flexible, elastic, it expands when water flows through it forcefully, and it contracts when the pressure decreases. This is what we call arterial compliance. It is a sign of a young body. Now, imagine this same hose left in the sun for 10 years. It becomes rigid. It cracks. If you try to bend it, it breaks. That's exactly what modern life does to your blood vessels. Blood sugar, chronic inflammation, and constant stress act like that scorching sun. They turn the elastic arteries into rigid crystal tubes. And when the blood tries to pass through a tube that does not expand, the pressure rises. And this constant pressure begins to create micro cracks in the internal walls. This is where cholesterol comes in, not as the villain, but like a bandage that the body tries to place on these wounds. The problem is that these bandages keep accumulating. The problem is that these dressings keep accumulating until the blood flow becomes too narrow. Now, let's delve into what is really happening in the United Kingdom. Our supermarkets are full of what we call ultra-processed foods. Our supermarkets are filled with what we call ultra-processed foods. More than 50% of the average British diet comes from packaged products. And here is the secret that the industry doesn't want you to know. These foods are not just calories. They are chemical messages of inflammation. When you eat processed bread or a healthy microwave meal, you are consuming refined vegetable oils. The hidden sugars that act like sandpaper on your arteries. This creates a state of low-grade inflammation. Your immune system stays on high alert 24 hours a day. And do you know who foots the bill? Your cardiovascular system. I see patients who eat supermarket salads full of processed dressings and do not understand why their blood pressure does not go down. The enemy is in the details. It's in the sunflower seed oil. It's in the corn syrup. It's in the excess sodium used to preserve what should be fresh. We have now reached the point that intrigues my patients the most. Why do so many people wake up exactly at 3 in the morning? There is a fascinating and dangerous biological reason for this. Our body follows a circadian rhythm. Around 3 a.m., our melatonin levels begin to drop, and the body prepares for waking up, starting a slow release of cortisol. In a healthy body, this happens smoothly. But if your arteries are stiff, or if you are under chronic stress, this spike in cortisol is much more aggressive. It signals the heart to beat harder to overcome the resistance of the arteries. This wakes you up. You wake up with a racing mind, thinking about problems, bills, and worries. You think it's psychological, but in fact, it is your cardiovascular system struggling to maintain blood flow. If this happens to you more than twice a week, your body is sending you a level 1 medical alert. He is saying, I can't relax the pressure. But I'm not here just to give you bad news. Modern medicine shows us that the human body is incredibly resilient. You can start to soften your arteries and lower your blood pressure in just a few days if you know what to do. Here is my 7-day protocol that I prescribe in my clinic. First, they screen fast. After 8 p.m., no blue light. The blue light destroys your melatonin and ensures that your cortisol spikes at 3 a.m. Use warm, yellow lights and read a physical book. Secondly, the nitric oxide walk. You don't need to run a marathon. 20 minutes of brisk walking after dinner signal to the arteries to release nitric oxide, a gas that instantly relaxes blood vessels. Thirdly, the magnesium protocol. Most of us in the United Kingdom are deficient in magnesium due to depleted soil. Magnesium is the natural relaxant of the arteries. Foods like spinach, pumpkin seeds, and dark chocolate are essential. Quarto, the rule of single food. For 7 days, try to eat only foods that have just one ingredient. An egg is an egg. A broccoli is a broccoli. If there is a list of ingredients on the label, don't eat it. The science behind arterial regeneration is fascinating. Studies show that the endothelium can renew itself. It is one of the most dynamic organs in the body. If you stop assaulting it with toxins and inflammation, it begins to heal. It's like a road that is being resurfaced. In just a few weeks of a clean diet and proper movement, the road of your blood becomes smooth again. The turbulence decreases. The heart no longer needs to work so hard. You feel this in your mental clarity, in your willingness to wake up. Many ask me about the role of genetics. Genetics carries the weapon, but lifestyle pulls the trigger. You have control of the switch. And what is the role of the sun? In the United Kingdom, we suffer from a lack of vitamin D for most of the year. Vitamin D is not just for bones. It is an essential hormone for regulating blood pressure. It helps to control the renin-angiotensin system, which is the thermostat for your blood pressure. Without enough vitamin D, your thermostat becomes dysregulated upwards. That's why we see so many peaks in cardiovascular events in the British winter. Supplementing with vitamin G3 and K2 is one of the cheapest strategies. Vitamin K2 is the traffic cop of calcium. It ensures that calcium goes to the bones and does not get deposited in your arteries. I want you to visualize your arteries now. Visualize them becoming softer, more elastic, cleaner. Every healthy choice you make is an investment in your future freedom. Freedom to travel, to play with your grandchildren. You are not a victim of your age. You are the architect of your health. If this content has opened your eyes, subscribe to this channel. Share this video with someone you love and who you know wakes up in the middle of the night. you could be saving a life. And if you want to know exactly what the 3 foods are that I consider silent poisons for your arteries, click on the video that is appearing on the screen. I will show you why even your olive oil might be deceiving you. Which of these signs have you noticed lately? Fatigue, pressure in the neck, or waking up at 3 in the morning? Comment below. I am Dr. Andrew Collins. Take care of your heart and it will take care of you. Until the next video.